Hey everybody, Yori Chisholm here from bagpipelessons.com. I have been setting up a new set of pipes for a student. Last week on the YouTube channel I showed you some of these really cool new R.G. Hardy nickel and blackwood bagpipes. And today I'm going to show you a really cool modification that you can do on your pipes at home with a couple of simple tools that is really going to enhance your bagpipe setup. And what I'm talking about is threading of your drone reed seats. So what the heck is threading? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to cut a screw thread into the reed seat, which is where the drone reed sits in the drone, so that they never fall out again. So this is how this works. So you are familiar with, this is a metal bolt with a nut, and this just threads right on there, and these are everywhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually use a little tool called a tap, and we are going to cut screw threads into the drone. And the way it's going to work is that the threaded nut here, this is going to be like the end of your drone, and your drone reed will actually screw into it. So instead of having to shove that drone reed really tight and with hemp and hope that it doesn't fall out, we're going to be able to just screw our drone reed right into the drone and it will never fall out. And all you're going to need to do is once in a while when you're playing, I do it every time before I play, but definitely before a performance or band practice, is just give those drone reeds a little twist and they will be nice and snug. So some of the tools that you're going to need some taps. So what a tap is, this is a Craftsman set of taps. And this is what these tools look like. So unlike this metal bolt here that I just showed you, which is, metal and threaded all the way around, the tool that we're going to use to cut the threads is similar to that, but it's got little grooves it's got little grooves in the metal. So what that means is that you can, when you turn it in there, every time it turns, it's cutting those screw threads into the wood. So we are actually permanently altering your pipes, but don't worry, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, and it's going to be perfect, and you're going to be really glad that you've done this. I don't know of any bagpipe manufacturers that are doing this standard at the factory. Many of the newer pipe chanters have the threaded reed seat in the chanter, which is great because you can turn the reed to make it go deeper into the reed seat or turn it the other way to raise it, so you can use it for adjusting the position of the reed in the chanter, which helps with tuning the top hand. But in this case, we're not using the threaded drone reed seats for any tuning. We're just using it to get a really nice, firm, secure grip between the drone reed and the drone. So I will put the links in the description below, but essentially you need these taps. Come in different sizes, all the way from little tiny ones, which you'll never use, to the ones that are going to be the right size for your drones. So for the Tenor drones, now this depends on the size of the reed seats of your pipes, but for most of the sets that I've done for the Tenor, this is a 10 millimeter, and the actual size, this is 10 millimeter by 1.25, and 1.25 is the sort of how narrow or wide the threads are here. And then for the bass drone, for the most of the sets that I've done, it's an 11 millimeter, and I use a 1.5. So I have seen some sets of pipes where that doesn't work, and you need to get a different size. Now, I also have, you can see, I have a piece of black electrical tape there. And the reason I put that piece of tape, and there's a piece of tape on the bass drone one, and the reason I do that is when I'm cutting my threads, I want to go deep enough to get enough threads on there that I get a nice surface to screw my drone reeds into it. But what I don't want to do is put threads too deep into the drone, because I don't want any of those threads to be exposed when the drone reed is all the way in there. So it's not going to affect the sound in terms of adding any grooves into the inside of the drone once it's in there. So what I've done is, these are some new EzeeDrones here. These are the combo set that I have on the shop. It's got the increased absorption bass and the regular tenors, my favorite set. So I just lined them up and go, well, I don't want that drone reed. I don't want any of those threads to be deeper than where my drone reed goes. So that's for the bass and that's for the tenors. Yep, cool. So there's no way that those threads are going to be any deeper inside than what the drone reed's going to be. Cool. All right, so this is how you go. I'll start with one of my tenors. And right now the inside of the reed seat is just a cone shape with smooth metal. So I picked my tap. This is for my tenor. And just to be sure that this is the one I'm going to use, I put it in and yep, it goes in about 1/3 of the way, which is perfect. The taps come with a wrench here. So I tighten that on here. And there's my tool. And I just line it up nice and straight. Now what I recommend is you do this on a surface that you can easily clean up. I'm just going to put a piece of paper here because some of these little African blackwood wood shavings are going to come out. So I just get it nice and straight. You want to be careful you don't have it at an angle, so it's nice and straight. And I just screw it in, and I can feel those threads being cut. There I am. Now as it starts to get tight, because the reed seat itself is tapered, it gets narrower the deeper you go in. I'm going to back it out a few turns and just go back and forth. And I can feel it. It's cutting in both directions. Just go back and forth until it starts to feel nice and smooth. And then go a little bit deeper. And then back it out and go back and forth. Because these tools, it has multiple cutting surfaces. So it cuts in one direction and it cuts in the other direction. I'm going to go all the way up to that line of the tape that I have on there. You can see that's as far as I'm going to go. I'm not going to go any further in. And I'm going to just back and forth a few more times. A little bit squeaky. And then I'm just going to remove it. There it is. So you can see that's what I got just on a piece of paper here. These are the little wood shavings of African blackwood. And then I take my brush, brush it out. Beautiful. That looks absolutely perfect. So I don't know if you can see in there. Oh, it's hard. It wants to focus on my face. Hard to see. But what it looks like, I can just draw something for you. So the reed seat originally had a, this is what it looks like on the inside, right? So this is where your drone reed would go. So what we did with our tool is we cut some threads here that just look like that. That's what those threads look like. Just like the bolt here, it's got the threads on the inside, or sorry, that's the nut. The nut has the threads on the inside, and then the bolt just screws into those threads. So now what we have is we can take our drone reed. Now EzeeDrones have this rubber little gasket on it, and what I like to do is I like to use a little bit of hemp. Now I've got yellow and black hemp on the shop, and just give it a few wraps. And then I'm going to just take it and watch this. Hold the drone reed securely. I try to stay away from the tongue and the bridle. That's the fragile part. Hold it firmly and twist the drone onto the reed. That is great. That is very snug. Look at that. You cannot pull that out. That is super snug. So with the nut, this is like the part of the drone. We cut the threads into it. The drone reed does not need to have threads in it because the drone reed with that hemp and that rubber is soft. So just like you could take something soft and just turn it into this metal nut and it would just grab onto those soft threads. It's as if it threads it automatically just by pushing it in or screwing it in. And pull it out. I can actually see on the hemp there, I can see that it's been threaded. There we go. It's hard to see with the stripes of the black and the hemp, but that's exactly how it works. Hold the drone reed, turn it on the drone, boom, piece of cake. So that's exactly the process I would repeat for the other Tenor drone and for the bass drone. You want to have the right size. Here's the bass drone so that it goes in about a quarter to the third of the way, and then those threads are going to cut beautifully in there. And there's one last thing that I want to show you, and that is if you do have a drone that is really narrow. So this is a set of pipes. This is nothing fancy. This is a very inexpensive set made in Pakistan. But this is very narrow on the reed seat. And some of the older sets of pipes have very narrow reed seats. What you're going to want to do first is bore this out with the tapered reamer. So this is a tapered reamer, Craftsman model 5479. And what this is, it's tapered and it has cutting surfaces. This is not to cut threads. This is simply to open it up. So what it's doing is it's actually you're going to push it in and it's going to cut away some of this material to make a wider opening here and a deeper opening. And what that's going to allow you to do is then fit in your tap so you can thread it. So the first thing you would do here, push it in. Now it's not doing anything. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my finger here just to keep track of how far I'm going in. And some of the wood comes out. You can actually see, I don't know if you can see, it's actually really light colored wood. A lot of these bagpipes of Pakistani origin, they're actually not blackwood because blackwood is expensive and hard to get. And this is a much cheaper, lighter wood that's been painted. So I'm just going to keep doing this. Yep, there we go. And let's see if our... I'm going to have to do a little bit more here. Cool. So then eventually I get to the point where it's wide enough that I can get my tap in there, and then I'm just going to repeat the process and so on. I'm not going to finish this because I'm not going to be playing these pipes. I was just using this piece as an example for using the tapered reamer. So there you go. Now I'll just say the important things are to get the right size. I mentioned the sizes of the taps. Maybe you can get, it's cheaper to get an entire set. I'll put the links in the description below. And you want to go straight in and careful. I mean, African blackwood is strong wood, but you can easily mess it up if you go at an angle. You have pretty much one shot to get that in there. Nice and straight. Turn it. There we go. I'll get my paper here. And you're going to go back and forth. Turn it in. Back and forth. And you want to make sure that you have a piece of tape on there that you don't go too far. If it starts to feel really tight and hard, be careful and back it out. You can split your wood because you're driving a piece of metal into a narrower and narrower bore, and it is possible that by cranking it in, you can actually, the wood will be forced to expand and it will split. So you want to have the right size tool and be careful. So lots of back and forth. Nice clean set of threads. And there we go. Brush it out. Beautiful. Beautiful threads. So there you go. A simple and powerful tool modification that you can make on your pipes that is going to keep those drone reeds in there really snug and secure. I actually think it helps keep my pipes in tune because it's just really solid connection between the drone reed, which is vibrating, and the drone. So check out everything in the description below for the links to the tools that you need for the tapered reamer and for the set of metric taps. Also, I've got the EzeeDrone reeds and a bunch of other stuff on my shop. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check out everything in the description below, the links to the shop, and all my other cool resources at bagpipelessons.com. Thanks, everybody. See you next time. Mahalo.